Hi, my name is Tina Parmar, and I am a 9th and 10th grade English teacher at Etowah High School, as well as an instructional technology student at Kennesaw State University. The lesson and unit that I'll be talking about is based on rhetoric and rhetorical devices, specifically ethos, logos, and pathos, and other rhetorical devices like emotionally charged words and parallelism. Through this unit, students learn about rhetorical devices through various forms of media, so students will be able to analyze in detail how an author's ideas or claims are developed through various texts. These can be visual text like advertisements and other forms of media like PSAs, videos, and speeches. Students are then tasked with choosing a social issue to research and create an annotated bibliography. Then students will be exposed to a variety of digital tools, and they will use those to construct knowledge and produce their creative artifact. In this case, it'll be their own PSA, public service announcement, where they will make a meaningful learning experience for themselves and others based on their social issue topic that they get to choose on their own. Students will then publish these videos that they make through a video making platform on a video housing site. So these are some of the tools that I used throughout this entire process, and then my students ended up using at the end of the process, so it kind of came full circle. I used SchoolTube and TeacherTube to show example PSA videos. These videos are videos that other students have produced and posted on these video housing platforms, and it became full circle because at the end of this entire lesson, students then published their own videos on these same websites, knowing that they could be used in the future as a future example. I also used Flickr. My students used Flickr to search for images that they wanted to capture and use within their own videos. We also used Creative Commons. Students also used Google Docs to share their annotated bibliographies, and they used the comment feature up here to peer review and peer edit suggestions for their peer groups. They collaborated with sharing suggestions on how to improve their writing and any other little mistakes that they saw on the annotated bibliography so that students could polish their final draft before turning it in. Another website that we used was the WeVideo, and this was a website that I strongly suggested for my students to use in compiling their PSA. We also used Windows Movie Maker, and many students used other video platforms that they are familiar with and have used in the past for other projects. I differentiated by using graphic organizers for the students who needed them. The graphic organizers helped with organization when it came to writing and planning out their public service announcement. I also differentiated with grouping when it came for peer reviews on annotated bibliographies, so students were working with someone or reviewing someone who was just one step lower than them and one step a little higher than them in the writing process. Students were assessed using a rubric for their writing. They were also assessed based on the quality of comments that they provided to their peers, and for the PSA, students were assessed using a rubric as well. I also formatively assessed students by using Storyboard That as a mini conference check-in with students before they started working on their PSAs. Here's a clip of a student exemplar or example that is one of my favorites. Unfortunately, I ran across a few issues when working with technology. One of the issues that I ran across was Windows Movie Maker. The last step of the process is converting your project to an MP4 player. Video, and so even though I went over that multiple times in class, there were still some students who forgot that step altogether. Another issue that occurred was we used WeVideo a lot. However, I was unaware that the firewall in our county blocked the use of WeVideo on school computers, so students had to use it at home or use Windows Movie Maker. In addition to WeVideo on the computer, I suggested using the app, but the app on students' phones and the program on the computer unfortunately did not work well together, and students had a hard time editing a video that they started on their phone on their computer. But they were all issues that we were able to work around, and while I wouldn't recommend WeVideo as a top suggestion in the future, I would still recommend it overall. Thanks for watching.